This video is made possible by my patrons on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Ziamaro and welcome back to Battlerite. It's patch day today and it's a big one, especially for Battlerite Royale. We have the introduction of Shinra, we have Lucy and Paloma coming to Talon Island, and we have a whole winter event with unique consumables coming. Meanwhile, Arena gets jack shit. Just kidding, but seriously, the arena isn't really getting anything that Royale isn't. We've had the patch notes for a few days, so we knew that the in-game tournament system wasn't coming in this patch, so maybe it'll be coming later this month, but with Christmas around the corner, it feels unlikely. I know it sounds a little ungrateful because we're finally getting a new champion in Arena, but with this being described as the winter mega patch, it only really feels like a mega patch for Royale. Anyway, first, let's take a look at the changes to Arena. So there are two general additions to the arena. One is Shinra, which we'll come back to in a moment because, well, as much as I said not much is coming to Arena, a new champion is a pretty big deal. And the other thing that's being added is emotes. We also have a new season, which means new sponsors to sign, and we have the general winter event, which includes brand new skins for Rukan, Bako, and Alicia. There are also a handful of champion updates coming. Croak, Destiny, and Rook are each getting a brand new Battlerite. For Croak, it's a new space right called Maiming Cut that inflicts a 1.2 second fading snare when he jumps on people. Destiny is getting a new right for her counter, which puts a weaken on people, which is kinda insane. I'm not sure what she would take out of her loadout to take the right though, but in certain comps, weakens can be very strong. And finally, Rook is getting a new M2 right called Crushing Leap. This is pretty much giving his M2 the functionality it has in Royale, only to a lesser extent. With this right, Rook can move slightly when he uses his M2. Of course, he'd also have to give up another right to take this, and as I said, it's a much lesser version of the Royale version. He only leaps a third as far as in Royale, but it's still an interesting addition to his kit. The rest of the champion updates are small numbers changes. Most of them are to lesser used rights, but the more significant ones would be things like Destiny's energy conversion right, which has had its shield gain moved away from the counter being hit and more towards the AoE she does after. It potentially means more shields for Destiny, but it puts a higher skill cap on it. Another of the more significant changes is to Freya's surge right on her R. It no longer reduces the cooldown of the ability, but it does increase the shield that she gains by using it. Personally, I would prefer to use it more often, but the extra shields means she'll be a lot tankier when she has it available. Freya mains, let me know what you think of this change. And of course, it wouldn't be patch day if we didn't have some Thorn buffs. Deep Burrow used to be a very popular right, but it's fallen out of the meta in favour of Fearsome Uprootal. Adding a little extra energy gain to Deep Burrow might give it a little boost to make it viable again. It'll mean a quicker husk when you use it aggressively. Parasitic Stems was already a reasonably popular right, but that's getting a little buff. And finally, Whiplash is getting yet more buffs. I think SLS really want Thorn players to use Whiplash. And then, of course, we have the main man himself, Shinra. I'm gonna reserve judgment for now, although it immediately looks like he's gonna be a CC and mobility god, although it's hard to say until we've seen him in action, especially in the hands of a good player. I've already gone through all his abilities, so I'll leave a card to that in case you haven't seen it already. One thing I can now confirm is that his right-click ability, Stormbolt, does indeed inflict a fear-like effect. It has a different name, Stormstruck, but the effect is very similar to Fear. It sweeps the target away for 1.4 seconds at varying speeds depending on their distance from Shinra. They move faster if they're near Shinra and slower if they're further away. It also breaks after 20 damage, much like a Fear. In any case, this makes Shinra the only DPS champion with a Fear. Just on a surface level, he looks like a crazy mix between Esmo, Taya, and Alicia. He has that Stormcaller goodness, some of the movement of Taya, and the control of Alicia. There's definitely a lot to think about in his kit, but he looks very powerful if you can chain everything together correctly. So I can't wait to try him out properly this afternoon. Next up, let's take a look at the changes to Battlerite Royale. So I've already covered a lot of this stuff in another video, but let's do a recap. Just like the arena, we have the new champion Shinra. His kit is slightly modified from his arena version. There are no EX version of his abilities, of course. So in Royale, his EX Q is his only Q. So that means he doesn't have the projectile block whirlwind thing, but he does have the amazing wind tunnel pushback ability on demand. Likewise, he's missing his EXE ability, so he only has his regular E. So he gets the silence, but not the stun version of the ability. Today is also the first time we'll get to play two of my favorite champions in Royale, and I'll be playing them all afternoon over on Twitch around the time this video goes out, so head over there after you finish watching. As I'm sure you can imagine, I'm particularly excited to play Paloma, especially after seeing what she can do. I'm so glad she still has the swap ability, because that's pretty much my favorite part of Paloma's kit. The legendary for that ability also puts a root on people, so I'm really looking forward to some swap into wolf combos. And even though I'm less of a Lucy player, I'm still super excited to try her out. In particular, her R ability, Alchemist's Brew, sounds insane, and it fits her theme so well. Being able to throw your consumables at other people is just so fitting for an alchemist. I love it. Aside from new champions, the other big changes are to consumables. This patch almost feels like a complete overhaul to consumables in some ways. Spring traps and explosive barrels have been made more common and buffed. Healing potions have finally been fixed, so you don't have to drop all your items to get the most out of it. We have two new types of vendors, legendary ability and legendary equipment vendors, and these guys carry an insane amount of gear. And of course, we have all the new winter exclusive consumables as well. All in all, it's a big day for Battlerite Royale. I'm a little disappointed with the lack of additions to Arena, but at least we have the tournament system to look forward to whenever that will be. I could sit here being a salty Arena player all day, or I could go play Battlerite Royale on my main girl Paloma, so I'll be doing exactly that, and maybe you guys can join me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to subscribe for more gaming guides, news and discussion. And don't forget to check out the links below to Patreon, Discord and Twitch. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.